whose core industries are closed to foreigners. Pickens was sent packing.
The American people are terribly suspicious of the Japanese. And some of the assets that they've purchased, the Rockefeller Center, Columbia Pictures, different ones, you've got to wonder what they've got a plan. Everybody's convinced the Japanese have a plan. I'm convinced they have a plan. And I wonder what that plan is.
I was going to ask.
I don't know. I haven't been invited in to see the plan. But I do believe we're in an economic war with the Japanese. And I do believe that everything that they purchase or they're involved in fits into the overall plan that they have for that economic war.
The Terminator was an all-American blockbuster. Now it's owned by a Japanese company.
Hey, that guy's
Recently, Japanese firms took over two of Hollywood's cash-starved studios, Universal and Columbia. America is conflicted. Is Japan a dangerous predator, or is it an indispensable investor? The United States is used to seeing itself as the world's industrial leader. But Japan's new global role and the scope of its investments here have left many Americans wondering.
I ain't never read the Wall Street Journal. I ain't no PhD. The trickle-down theory and the Laffer curve are just Greek to me.
These auto workers were handpicked by Mazda for its plant just outside of Detroit. Many were sent to Japan for training. Now they and their families try to blend the two work cultures.
We're all working for the Japanese, for little cars and color TVs, sending all our money overseas to the Eastern Sphere. One day we're gonna lose the roots, wear Oriental jeans and boots, and drink nothing but Kawasaki, Sake, Honda, wine, and Mitsubishi light beer.
Yeah, we do work for the Japanese, but there are 3,500 American people that make this car. There are some Japanese that are advisors and in important positions, but the people that actually build the car are American. So I consider this an American car.
But the production system is totally Japanese. The plant is an exact copy of Mazda's parent plant in Hiroshima. It's often said Americans work to live and Japanese live to work. U.S. industrial workers have traditionally distrusted their bosses, while in Japan, company unions promote loyalty and sacrifice for the good of the corporation. Everyone in the plant, managers and workers, wear the same uniform, and each morning they critique each other's appearance.
The Japanese are too strict and they have their own ways, and they're trying to put their ways on American workers, which is
sucks. Brother, they come out to you and they say, they don't ask you, can you do this job? They say, do this job. It ain't like, can you keep up with that line? You will keep up with that line. Yeah. Or you will lose your job. My family's got to eat. What can I do?
Oh, I'm in love with the job. Anybody knows me will tell you I love it. It's financially made such a difference in my life that I'm different even because of it.
In 1985, Mazda moved into the depressed Detroit area as a goodwill gesture and to help out Ford, which owns 25% of Mazda and which has some of its probes built at Flat Rock. Michigan also gave Mazda big tax breaks. Still, moving into the nation's car capital was a bold decision. Buy America was the battle cry, and the resentment lingers.
Sayonara imports. Tanks, but no tanks to imports. I've got nothing personally against the Japs. If they stay home, let them stay in their country. They got their own industry. The United States provided for that. They give them their industry. I think that they should stay in right Japan, where they belong. We bombed it. We blew them up. Now we nurture them right back to health and give them factories in our country.
Toyota is a classic American success story.
When Toyota, Nissan, and Honda set up shop here, They steered clear of the cities and chose low-wage, undeveloped, and predominantly white areas for their plants and fought to keep the Auto Workers Union out. Mazda braved the hostile environment and worked with the unions from the start. Mazda got 100,000 job applicants and after careful screening hired 3,500. Today they earn about $35,000 a year plus some $5,000 in benefits.
We have no layoff clause in our contract, which is pretty outstanding, and a lot of people want that. They want to have security, and Mazda offers that.
You know, they expected a lot, they demanded a lot, and rightfully so. The quality was something that I haven't been exposed to in my previous positions. You know, when they talk about quality, 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 they live it.
The Japanese have developed a high-quality, lower-cost mass production system that the rest of the automotive world is now trying to emulate. At Mazda, the workforce is divided into teams of 6 to 10 people who switch jobs with each other to learn additional skills. There's constant pressure on the group to come up with suggestions that cut costs or boost quality. The Japanese call this relentless drive to be better Kaizen.
We said, you guys ain't cooperating, so we ain't cooperating back, and so they're saying fine, and you know.
To the Auto Workers Union, Kaizen can mean an assembly line that moves too fast and increases the risk of injury.
The whole Kaizen program is really what Ruther and the boys in Flint saw as speed up. But this speed up is wrapped up and packaged in this sophisticated thing of MQ circles and orientation, and it's very, very, very sophisticated. But make no mistake about it, I don't think there's a member out there that doesn't understand what the reality is, that this is that we just can't keep up like this.
The company changed the contractual language.
There have been no strikes at Flat Rock. But when the local leadership feels Mazda is pushing too hard, it stages symbolic protests like refusing to wear the Mazda uniform.
The company's had several ongoing contractual violations, and since they're breaking the contract, we're breaking the dress code. Have a nice day.
Despite the frictions at Mazda, the industry rates its cars near the top, and Japan, which has captured a third of the U.S. car market, is now racing for half. For Detroit, the plus side has been 25,000 new jobs created by Mazda and its several hundred suppliers. The Japanese are also putting up the only new skyscraper in the city, and in many ways they're becoming part of the community. Japan's performance in the nation's heartland has won mixed reviews. Some see an increasing threat to the survival of America's Big Three, while others see an opportunity to raise issues vital to the nation's industrial future. Detroit has responded by improving efficiency and quality, but it still wants Congress to limit Japanese car sales here. Beyond protectionism, however, discussion of a long-term strategy to strengthen America competitively is just beginning. Horsepower is giving way to computer power as the world enters what is being called the information age. America helped usher in the new era with its scientific breakthroughs, the cathode ray tube, the transistor, and the computer chip. But it was Japan, Taiwan, and Korea who turned these inventions into market-winning products.
Beginning in the 1950s, Japan passed a series of fundamental laws. One of them was a law for promotion of the aircraft industries. One of them was a law for promotion of the machinery industries. And one of them was a law for promotion of the electronics industries.
Like this.
The Japanese government launched a planned civilian economy, while the U.S. government was consumed with achieving military superiority in the Cold War. The Pentagon also gave the economies of Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan an enormous boost, with billions spent on bases there and later for their support in the Vietnam War. Washington also opened the American market wide to their